So I didn't really want to make this video today, but I had no other choice, and it's for my subscribers who have been subscribed to me for at least more than 5 years, or for the people who just subscribed to me probably last year. And I want to make this video for them because this will be an important announcement. I will no longer be making PvP tips. I will no longer be making PvP rank match content no more. I quit. It has been affecting my mental health lately, and I will not push it further. And for those of you who want to know who I am King Absalon, aka XenoGaming16, aka XenoGamer16638, my old gamer tag for those who do not recognize me. And I will go into an explanation why. So please sit and listen.
False hit confirms. Now, what are false hit confirms? Well, false hit confirms are basically when you try to charge in or maybe try to sidestep and counter your opponent, or snap vanish and counter your opponent, and your punches phase right through your opponent thinking that you already have the hit detection on him. But no, it's simply a denied hit confirm, meaning that even if your punches went through your opponent with ease freely evades out of your punches, leaving you confused and in for a wide open attack. So yeah, that's what a false hit confirm is, but most toxic Xenoverse pros will say otherwise and say that you're terrible at the game. Netcode. Now, what does netcode mean? Well, netcode is a blanket term most commonly used by gamers relating to networking in online games, often referring to synchronization issues between clients and servers. Players often infer bad netcodes when they experience lag or when their inputs are dropped. And for me personally, I went through this, and it has to do with blocking. Now let me tell you how. So there were times where I would go into a match and I would get into a sweaty fight, and then there are times when my opponent would just lunge at me, like charge straight to my face, and I knew my opponent was gonna hit me. So I clicked the block button, and once I hit the block button, I still got hit. And no, this is not the first time that has ever happened to me. It has happened to me on multiple occasions. Even when I was reacting really good, it has happened. And then there were other times, like where my block button was able to work. Other times it wouldn't work. But I've heard rumors that there is an update back then that I didn't knew that mashing block was nerfed, but I don't know if it was true or not. But if that's the case, then please somebody let me know. If not, then they really need to fix this game. And yeah, that's pretty much my experience with it. And as for lag, now I will tell you what lag is in my own definition and from my experience in Xenoverse. So what lag kind of means is like, now depending on who you fight, there are times where when you fight somebody with a horrible connection, they can be like a red bar, and once you start fighting them, you'll notice that your screen or your characters start to move very awkwardly, like your opponent could be punching in mid-air and you will be like, oh, my opponent froze, but no, he has hidden you without even noticing, catching you off guard. Or you can do a combo and your combos would automatically drop. Now, let's say if I wanted to use someone like Turles and I did a square triangle, and the part where he launches his opponent and supposed to kick him into the floor, there are times where it would miss and my opponent would just go straight flying. setting them back to neutral and having to do the combo all over again, only for it to have the same results. Or maybe there are times where like you punch your opponent, you tag them, but all of a sudden they just get out of your combos easily, resulting in your opponents or you being able to counterattack them, knowing damn well that they already hit you in their combo, or you hit them. That has happened to me before, but it was on some rare occasions. Like, it would happen sometimes, but not all the time. Or there are times where you're fighting a grab spammer. Now, like Brawly, let's say you're fighting Brawly and he's grab spamming you. Now, is it impossible to dodge his grabs? No, it's definitely possible to dodge it, but then there's a 90% chance that they're still going to grab you regardless of whether you snap vanish or sidestep, making it very difficult for a high skilled player to get around it. And depending on the damage, it just makes it 10 times worse. So yeah, that's pretty much what lag is. Then again, the Xenoverse toxic pros will tell you to get good, but that's not the case. Ah yes, cheesers and modders, personally one of my favorite topics. Now, I will explain what cheeser is first. Now, what is cheesers? Well, it's simple. Cheesers are these types of players when they lose a million times against a high skill level opponent who's played this game more than they have. So instead of trying to adapt to the high skill level opponent and try to learn how they play like a normal person, they instead try to use a specific invincible or unescapable / unvanishable moves that'll either instantly deplete your entire stamina bar, or they will instantly destroy your entire health bar, leaving you confused as to asking, wait a minute, he used a move on me and one-shot my entire HP bar in just one go. And not only that they do that, but even after beating you with the power of cheese, they have no morals. They don't care about getting good at the game. They really don't. They'll do anything in their power to cheese you. If they can beat you easily without cheese, they're not going to cheese you. But they'll still cheese you regardless of whether you're better than them or not. But in those cases, they really have no morals. They don't care about getting good. You can talk to them in the mic and tell them to stop using cheese and they will not give a single damn. They do not care about you. They don't care about the skills in this game. Basically, it's pretty much unfair. They'll do anything to get a win. They don't care about improving. That's pretty much what a cheeser is. And as for modders, modders are basically people who install cheat codes from their computer and then they put it in their USB, then plug it into the PlayStation 4 and then start one-shotting their opponents in stalling time, having infinite HP, or becoming a giant Namekian. And I'm not talking about like a transformation of Namekian, like become a literal giant Namekian, meaning that they can still use their Namekian combos while being giant, and it's almost sometimes impossible to grab them or counterattack them. Now, is it impossible to beat a modder? No. But however, the chances of you beating a modder are basically 5% to 1%. You just need a good cheesy build to get around them. And yes, I don't care what anybody says, modders and hackers and cheat code users, they're all the same thing. You mod at the game, you're a cheater. Period. No excuses. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now for skill gap. Now, what does skill gap mean? Well, I'll tell you in my own definition. Skill gap basically means when a person who has played, let's say, Street Fighter 2, and he's played this game for like more than 5 years, so he's automatically a pro. And for a guy who just plays Street Fighter for a month, that would make him a rookie. And, you know, if you put a rookie player against a 5-year Street Fighter 2 player, now obviously the pro is gonna instantly destroy the rookie. But Xenoverse 2, however, just denies it. It's just RNG. Now, before you people start saying,
"What do you mean there's no skill gap? What are you talking about? It's not RNG, King Absalon. You just suck at the game." Like, imagine thinking that, Xenoverse take no skill when it actually does. You just suck at the game. Don't talk. You're literally a clown.
I mean, listen, if you don't want to take me serious, then that's fine. I mean, you can be ignorant if you want, but for me, I already found the answer to this game. And so you better sit here and listen while I explain why the game has a skill gap issue. Number 1. The game has limited defensive and offensive options. Now, why do I say this? It's simple, because when you use those techniques in online matches like PvP, and you know, thanks to the netcode and lag, most of those techniques that the game teaches you does not work 100% of the time, regardless if you're a high level player or average player, leaving you confused as to why it missed and your opponent starts hitting you, causing you to get frustrated. And yes, that's one of the reasons why I think the game has a skill gap issue, and I feel like Bandai Namco needs to expand on the skill gap by adding more offensive option and defensive options so players can find out who is more skilled and experienced. So yeah. Up next, we got mental health issue. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, well, King Absalon, what does mental health issue got to do with Xenoverse 2? It doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm talking about me specifically and my experience with Xenoverse 2 over the past couple of years, and PvP specifically has been gone down horribly. Like, seriously, it has been horrible. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had fun with Xenoverse 2 before. I remember when I first got it in 2016 when it was released. I probably got it a little late, but nonetheless, it was probably the best experience that I've had. Like, it was the most fun experience I've had, and I will never forget those moments. In fact, I've made a lot of friends in PvP. You know, they were really cool. I even got to fight Mike Cabby, the YouTuber. Shout out to Mike Cabby. If you haven't checked them out, please do. I will link it down in the description. Man, those moments were so fun, man. Like, there were so many cool players. They were really fun. The game was just fun overall back in the old days. And then there was another YouTuber that inspired me to make a channel and do rank matches and combo videos. And his name used to be DissidiaStuff. I forgot his name now, but I know his old name used to be DissidiaStuff. I will also link it down in the description. He was one of the best YouTubers, and I mean Xenoverse YouTubers. Both him and Mike Cabby were the ones that inspired me to make a PvP and rank match videos. Like, that's the whole purpose why I made a Dragon Ball Xenoverse content channel. Also, not to mention, they are the real reason on why I keep playing Xenoverse 2, because without those two YouTubers, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably leave the game immediately and play some other games. But they keep motivating me to keep playing the game with their own videos. Like, their videos were just so enjoyable that I would just be like, oh my god, I want to play like those dudes. And you know, because they were so fun to watch. And once again, without them, I probably wouldn't be playing Xenoverse 2 that much. And yeah, that's just about it actually. I will cherish those moments. Thank God that I met them. Thank God. You know, I really wish I can cherish those moments forever, but not everything lasts forever. And especially enjoyment from Xenoverse 2. And that all changed when 2018 came, is when Xenoverse starts to get really broken, and not in a good way, but in a bad way. And I began to get angry, frustrated, more than being happy and excited in Xenoverse 2. Like, honestly. And this has been going on until 2022. And when that year came by, that was when I said that I was gonna quit the game and quit making content, because I am tired of it. I cannot bear it anymore. I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of getting frustrated. I want to play a game that's fair, that, you know, respects your skills, not just simply denies it through a horrible connection. I want a game where the creators are aware of the issue and tries to fix it, not add more broken stuff and make the game worse. That's all I ever ask for. And you know what? Once I couldn't bear PvP any longer, I ended up snapping. And I guess you can say I kinda accidentally broke my controller. And that was when, you know, I called it quits, because I was not gonna put up with it any longer. I'm sick of it. So I decided to turn around and, you know, turn a new leaf and try to start something new in this channel here, which I will be doing. So yes, that's one of the reasons why I don't want to play Xenoverse PvP anymore. I'm done. It's trash. Period. No excuses. Now, before we wrap this up and end the video, I just want to say thank you to all the viewers who were listening to me and listening to the issues that I have with this game. And I really hope some of y'all could relate to me, because it really means a lot to me. And not many people could relate to me because of their whole godlike connections, this and that, complaining about that you're not good at the game, even though in reality, it's your connection that makes it harder for the person to get around. So yeah, and for those of you who are expecting a part 2 on how to get good at Xenoverse PvP, you can forget about it, because the list that I made in this video says it all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But since all of you viewers who've watched the video to the end, I will give you one tip, and I will not explain why. Just have fun at the game. Literally, it's simple. Just have fun at the game. Do not take the skill gap seriously. It just doesn't matter anymore. So anyways, peace out, people.